starting the second vlog in my 4-week vlog long series for the Priory Orange Tree read along, and if you haven't seen the kind of welcome video, go check that out if you want to join in. If you don't want to join in, that's fine. This will be a spoiler vlog though, so if that bothers you then I wouldn't recommend reading it, but if spoilers don't bother you then by all means carry on. So again, I have been absolutely crap at vlogging this week. I meant to start vlogging on Sunday, it's now Thursday, and that's pretty bad. So the last week just got super busy with packing to move back home, moving back home, starting an essay, potentially writing that essay, although I haven't got to that point yet. So I just haven't had the time to kind of actually sit down and vlog. So apologies for that, but I have been tabbing. So I do have some thoughts on the past few bits that we've read. I haven't read yesterday's pages yet because I didn't get a chance, so sorry about that. So this will be to page 288 from page 206, so roughly the first 80 pages. Okay, so looking at my tab, the first question I had was, what is the Great Sorrow? So Nicholas talks about this, that the city burned down 5 centuries ago, so it's different to when the dragons all thing happened, because that was 1,000 years ago. Whereas this is only 500 years ago. So I don't know if I've missed that and that's already been explained, or it hasn't been explained, and I don't know what that is. But that's question number 1. I think I had quite a lot of questions at the beginning of this section. Oh yeah! And it was revealed that the the dragon dude can talk through humans. So I don't know if you can do this through everyone, because people that have the plague don't seem to have this as a side effect. It seems like they have dragonistic aura, because that's why Loth gets given the plague so that he won't get attacked by the dragons. So maybe they have an element of it, but I don't think they have it completely like the king does. However, I don't know. That's another thing. I'm not sure how much we can trust the Don Marta, because whilst everything, I have no reason to distrust her, apart from the fact in like Iar's chapters when she's talking to his sister, they constantly say, oh, he's such a trusting person, and they've mentioned it like 3 or 4 times that he's so trusting, and either that's just part of his character trait that we really need to know, or he's going to trust someone that he's not meant to trust, and that's going to backfire on him. Whether or not that's the Don Marta, I don't know, because at the moment it seems like everything she's saying is fine, although I have a theory that he's gonna get to Chaser? Is it Chaser? I don't know. So he's gonna get to, I have a theory that he's gonna get to Chaser in the place that he's going, and they're not gonna have a cure for him, because otherwise why would they have a cure? But then they aren't magic, aren't they? Because they're the Priory. So maybe, I don't know. I feel like that's maybe going to be the twist, if what I'm saying is true. But who knows? We'll find out. So the next tab I have, oh yeah, another interesting thing with the whole Friedel seeing through the king's eyes is that he can also see through his eyes, but he doesn't really know that, I'm assuming, because he says that he had a dream about a clock tower and a woman that has fire within her, and I think that's Iard from when she like burned or like protected the queen, and like the fire is her magic potentially, so he can see through to her. So maybe they'll do something with that later on. That would be quite cool if they could like double hijack him for some reason. Okay, so the next tab I have is about when the Don Marta is telling the story about how Friedel attacked and kind of killed the woman who was the prioress before, and it's when he sees the red cloak. So the red cloak is clearly something to do with the Priory, and I don't know why it angered him so much. The only reason I can think that he gets so angry at it is that they had something to do with his downfall, but I don't know, because that doesn't really work with the following on bits where the dragon is telling a story about how the meteor was their dragons. So then I think the meteor is the kind of switching moment, so that kind of switches the magic over. or it re-gives the magic to the... I'm not making any sense. So I think the Priory has something to do with the power balance or the downfall of the kind of rims. However, that doesn't kind of make sense when you take into account the story of the dragon, which is much later on. That's on page 285 roughly. So the balance of the sky, like the sky and the earth, is the dragons, I think, from what I'm making sense of it. So the stars is the water dragons because they're made of stars, and then the earth is the rim because they come from the like volcanic stuff in the earth. So when the comet comes, it redoes the balance to the starry dragons, and then as the 1,000 years go on, it kind of flips back and then it goes again, is what I'm guessing. So I don't know how the Priory has something to do with that, but I think they do. So we'll find out what that is, potentially. Oh, and then we had the sad moment. Now Loth is all alone. How sad. That was quite sudden. I didn't think he was going to die. I thought he was going to be alright, you know, he'd peek through the rubble, but no, his dead hand was just there instead, and he was dead. Which is sad, because I actually thought he was quite a good character. He's quite funny, put some humour into it. Now, Loth is all alone, so that's sad, but I put a blue tab in there for that being sad. Sad times. Sad times. I didn't cry though, so it couldn't be that sad. But I don't cry at many things, but books I can cry at. Oh yeah, and totally there's a thing going on with Sabran and Iad. Like nothing actually is going on, but the emotions, the build-up is going on. I was right. I mean, I wasn't right the first time with the other prediction, with the romance, but I was right this time. Orange, we've got an orange tab next, but I can't remember what orange is for, because I don't think I use it very often. That's so funny. I just thought it was funny how Iad described the prince as a copper saucepan of a head. There you go. Just thought that was funny. It's a good way to describe someone. So those are all my tabs that I've tabbed, and I'll talk you through them. So they're my theories that I have at the moment. I still have a way to go because I'm a day behind. So hopefully I will get this done for Saturday. I'm really nervous that I'm not going to because of that essay, but we'll do it for the vlog. So I'll catch you up when I've next read the next bit or the next few bits, and we'll see how those bits are going. So I just want to start off the first bit of this clip by saying I am so sorry that this has not gone to plan this week. I just edited the first section of this vlog and I seem a bit down and a bit kind of mellow, and I think that's mainly because of the essay. It's kind of a big barrier for me at the moment just because it's kind of weighing over everything, and I feel like that kind of maybe affected my mood a little bit. It also meant that I didn't get to read anything until Saturday, and then on Saturday I didn't actually get to finish the pages for the week. So I've had to do that today, which is Sunday, so I'm really sorry again for the video not going up yesterday. I did mention it on Twitter that it was going to be late, but if you missed that, I'm sorry. I really did want to try and keep to the schedule, but I just couldn't, and sadly my essay had to take priority this week, which is not fun because it's not very fun to write an essay, and it's quite stressful and just a bit boring, I'm not gonna lie. I would much rather be reading Priory of the Orange Tree all day every day. Instead I'm writing essay, which is taking forever. It is taking so long. I don't know why it's taking me this long to write it. I just can't seem to just do it. It took me about 6 hours to write about 600 words today, which is not what I want, But anyway, we're not here to talk about essays. We're here to talk about the Priory of the Orange Tree. So we've officially hit the halfway mark, or if you've read the pages for today, then you'll be ahead and you'll be well over halfway. And yeah, I'm trying to remember where we left off. I think it was with the dragons, but a lot has happened in these last 200 pages. The pace has definitely picked up from the first 200 pages because so much has happened. Like, I can't even remember like all of it. It's crazy how much has happened now. Okay, so I don't think we'd actually got to this part yet, which I can't believe because now it seems forever ago I read this, but Queen's husband died. I felt so sad for her. I do generally just feel really bad for her just because she's not having a good time. Not only did she not want to get married, or she didn't want to get a child, she finally got married and actually started to fall in love with him and have quite a good companionship with him. She maybe didn't physically love him in that way, but she definitely was getting a really good companionship with him and enjoying his company. And then he died just as she told him that she was pregnant with this child. So I mean, at least he got to know. That's like at least a little bit of a silver lining in there. But it was so sad. And then not only that, we'll just keep on with the soprano thing, it kind of messes up the order, but we'll go for it. Not only that, did she like not really want this child, and then she's got this child that she didn't really want, or kind of, I don't think it's necessarily she didn't want the child, she just doesn't want to be pregnant, which is like understandable. Putting your body through that must be a lot. I don't have experience, but I can empathise. And if it's not something you really want to do, forcing yourself to do that, I can imagine must be just really kind of disjointed. Like you must kind of struggle to find that connection with your child that you don't want to carry, really, because it must feel, or I get the impression that she anyway feels very kind of alienated from the baby, which is just really sad. And then not only that, but then the baby dies. It's just like, oh, it's too much, she's going through too much. I'm just so sad for her. Like, I don't even know how to say what I'm saying, but it just seems like everything is building up on her, and it's just so sad. Like, she needs a break. And then as soon as she gets the break, because her and Iad finally get together and it's really sweet and romantic, and then like 2 pages later Iad is banished, so she doesn't even get that. Basically, Sabran is just like nothing as good is happening to her, and it's sad. I hope she comes out the other side and actually something good happens to her life, because it's pretty shit right now. But yes, let's move on, because that just really got to me. I feel very bad for Sabran. Like, it's just, her whole storyline is just really sad. So the next tab I have is black, and I think that's to do with action. Let me find my sticky notes. They're in the book. Clever. A shocking moment or action. Yeah, so what is it? Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't expect that. So when Tane gets kind of arrested or along those lines and is taken and she has to witness Sousa be beheaded, that wasn't great either. I felt bad for her then. And Soliar's dead already? I didn't think he'd die. I thought he'd become more of a major character earlier on, because he kind of was just like a little bit of a lovable buffoon, and I kind of liked that character. So I kind of was hoping he was going to be in it a bit more. He's not, clearly, because he's dead and hanging on a wall, rotting. Lovely. But yeah, that was a shock. Didn't expect that. Don't really know how it's going to go. I hope we get Tane's storyline soon. Don't know how it's going to work with her though. I can see obviously Loth and Iad's storyline is now coming together, because he's in the Priory and she's on her way to the Priory now. But Nicholas is now, or Nicholas, I keep saying Nicholas and it's not Nicholas, it's Nicholas, so I really apologise for that. But we all know that I can't do names, especially with this book, but we shall try. So I don't know how he could potentially all mix up because he's on his way. I don't know how that. I hope they all come together, because I quite like when the storylines all come together, and I feel like they have to really to make like a whole unit of a book, but who knows. But anyway, yeah, that was another sad moment and quite harrowing, I suppose, to see that. I really thought Sousa would be more of a character, but you know, there you go. She's not, and she probably won't ever be now because she's dead. Oh yeah. Okay, so another thing, I want to ask people, what storyline or what story or mythology or whatever do you think is the real one, or if any of them are the real one? Because at the moment of the way the whole thing went down, we've got the Virtudum mythology or religion, we've got the Prioress religion, which is revealed in this section, so on like page 240, to Loth, and he gets very angry at that because it's not what his religion says. So do we think it's those two, or is it this mystery one that Nicholas has somehow got something to do with, or is it something completely different? Is it the dragon one? Are they all working together? Or do they all have elements of the same thing? Which one do we think is actually how it all happened? Because there's elements of all that kind of seem to fit together, but none of them seem to be perfect. I would be interested to see what you thought. Oh yeah, okay, so also another question for you guys. Is the sorceress that the girl on the boat, that Leia, her name's Leia, that Leia talks to Nicholas about, is that the same sorceress that's in Sabran's dreams? Because she gets her power and she's immortal, and that sorceress was also immortal. So I'm wondering if they're somehow connected, or it's just another story that's kind of thrown in there to add some depth to the world. Who knows? But I think it is. But there seems to be definitely this kind of theme where you get power from different fruits or trees. So that's interesting. Interesting element to the magical system. Yeah. Then we've got the pink tab. Yes, we can all guess what the pink tab is for. I won't mention that one. But it was cute and sweet and I liked it. Oh yeah. And just, I think it's my final tab because it happened right at the end. I think Meg's gonna die. Just thrown out there. That's my theory. Because there's no way that the hawk guy knight person will let her live when she's clearly helped Ied. There's no way it's gonna happen. Buathan! Where's it? Okay, you can go now. Yes. Go adventure. Fly with the wind. Yeah, there's no way she's gonna live to see the day from that. It's just not gonna happen. She's gonna die. Another death. Because you know what? This book isn't afraid of killing people off. All the deaths in there I've been shocked about so far. So, who knows? There's gonna be a lot more. We're only halfway through. And there's always more deaths at the other half of the book. So I think there's gonna be a lot more to come in the next few weeks. Which we will find out in the next few weeks. So, those are my final thoughts of last week's pages. So I hope you enjoyed reading these pages. I hope you enjoyed my thoughts and I had something to give to that. Comment below, like last week, all your thoughts and theories. I really enjoyed seeing them and seeing people enjoy them and all that good stuff. That was very fun to do. And I shall see you in the next vlog.